Hi, welcome to day 2 of the Global Mashiach Learning. Today, we're going to start right at the beginning, Sefer Bereshis, Parshas Bereshis, Pasuk Aleph. Bereshis bar Elokim, es hashamayim the es haaretz. In the beginning of Hashem's creation of the heavens and the earth, the haaretz haisa sayu avayu, v'chayshach al pinei sahayim, v'ruach Elokim merachafes al pinei hamayim. Vayemer Elokim yihi ar vayihi ar. So, we're starting right at the beginning. In the beginning of Hashem's creation, Hashem tells us something, and then what happens? Vayemer Elokim, pasuk gimel, yihi ar vayihi ar. Hashem says, let there be light, and there's light. Hashem starts the first day of creation. But we have this little pasuk in the middle. What is this little pasuk in the middle saying? Now the earth was astonishingly empty, and darkness was on the face of the deep, and the Spirit of Hashem was hovering over the face of the water. So this pasuk may be a little bit confusing to understand, and you may be wondering why it has to be here. Why can't we just start with the creation? So an example to understand this is if your child came home with a project. The first thing you would ask the child is, before they go into all the details of the whole project, you want to understand what's the project for. So the same way, Hashem's creating the world, but before Hashem starts telling us about his creation of the world, he has to tell us what it's for. So what is the creation of the world? What's the whole point? As this pasuk says, V'ruach Elokim merachafes al pinei hamayim. The Spirit of Hashem was hovering over the face of the water. What is this referring to? Chazal tells us that this is referring to, the Spirit of Hashem is referring to Mashiach. And what this is telling us is that the entire purpose of the creation from the beginning, as we see, it's right in the beginning, as soon as you open the Chumash, the entire purpose of creation is Mashiach. So as we see, Ruach Elokim merachafes al pinei hamayim. Why is in the beginning? Because the entire purpose of creation is Mashiach. As Tanya says, Ki ikar habriyahu b'shvil Mashiach. Okay, so we understand that the purpose of creation is Mashiach. But why is it the purpose of creation? So we have the Nigla answer and the Hasidus answer. According to Nigla, when Mashiach comes, we'll finally be able to fulfill all of the Torah and mitzvahs. Right now, we only are able to complete 271 out of 613 mitzvahs. Now, if you think about it, we have such a beautiful, meaningful life because of our mitzvahs. We have Shabbos, we have Kashrus, we have Tzedakah. It's so beautiful. We see during this time how just the shul's opening, how different life is. Now, this is only a fraction of what the world is able to be like. Imagine a time where we're not only completing 271 mitzvahs, we can complete 613 mitzvahs. We'll have a Beis HaMikdash. We'll be able to do Kambanais. We'll have a Sanhedrin. We'll be able to do all the agriculture mitzvahs. Can you imagine what a time that will be? And that time period when we can do that is only by Mashiach. And that's the purpose of creation, when we're able to actually fulfill everything that Hashem wants and live that ideal life. According to Hasidus, as you may be familiar with, the purpose of creation is a dir b'tachtainim. Right now, Hashem doesn't feel comfortable dwelling in this world. There's too much klipa, there's too much hiddenness. What do? We have to elevate all the sparks, and only then will Hashem feel comfortable dwelling, and that will make a dir b'tachtainim. And automatically, when Hashem is fully revealed, the world will run how Hashem wants it to run, and then this happens. We'll be able to complete all of Torah and mitzvahs. So, how do we get there? By learning Torah and doing mitzvahs in every corner of the world, we're able to elevate the world, and Hashem can dwell in this world. Now, not only is this something that we know, that Hashem created the world in order for Mashiach to come, it's actually an obligation to believe that Mashiach is coming. According to the Rambam, someone who doesn't believe that Mashiach will come denies the entire Torah. That's a very strong statement, but it's a true statement. This is an essential part of our Yiddishkeit. Not only that, you also are required to wait for Mashiach to come. Now, human nature is that the unknown is scary. We're scared of the unknown. So what's the solution, right? Mashiach is unknown. We know that it's going to be very, very, very different. We know that we're used to our lives now, and it could understandably be scary. Or maybe you'll say, okay, I know, I'm sure it'll be wonderful, but how do you get excited about it? How do you do that? By learning about it. Through learning about what Mashiach is, what the time will be like, why this is the most exciting time, we can actually, in a real pneumius way, await and be excited and demand Mashiach today.